What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious? Tooth infections, or really any kind of bone infection, spreads to the blood quickly and then your heart. I almost got crushed by a fire door that fell off its hinges. Luckily the Gurkha guy behind me put his arm up and caught the door. The government jepped out on the hinges and other bits on the site. As much as I hate to say it, dogs. I work with them, and just today had my ponytail yanked so hard I almost cracked pavement. Mild concussion. Luckily the dog wasn't trying to kill me, and I responded quickly, but his lack of training and play biting could be easily fixed with a little time and effort. Train your dogs, people. Especially large ones. They are not accessories, they are animals with deadly power, even if it's not on purpose. Even if you know how to handle them, a stranger won't. A child won't. And you'll be watching your little buddy walk that rainbow bridge before their time. A dog also broke my mother's finger beyond repair. Don't encourage biting or jumping, even in a playful manner. Do not try to show them you're the alpha or whatever the hell. Do not respond to aggression with aggression. Either hire a professional or do the research. Loss of sleep is also very lethal. Get some shut-eye people. Loneliness. Food poisoning. It proves lethal more often than you realize. Driving drunk. Doing dangerous stunts or challenging for quick fame on social media. Relationships. My ass cheeks when I violently shit my pants. The willingness of people with nothing to lose to have no qualms in taking your life for whatever, no matter how small, problem that's in front of their faces. A fight. Engaging in one is literally rolling the dice on your life. I know it's not generally considered safe, but how easy it is to die in one I think is way overlooked. Moose. Lot of people think they are big dumb cows like bison, but there are more moose attacks than bears. Even the bearded ones. Depression. Sitting. I was way too old before I learned that you shouldn't throw water on grease fires. It seems too intuitive to get water from the sink, but it's just not widespread knowledge, and people don't understand that throwing water on one almost guarantees your house is going to burn down. My God, why is this not taught to us at the start and end of every year of schooling? Obesity. Capitalism. Tug of war. Do the math before selecting the rope, and don't ever pick a rope that can stretch. 20 people pulling can easily be 200 pounds of force each, that's 4 tons. And never loop the rope around any part of your body. Compressed air. Tanks letting loose, or an air nozzle on the skin. People. Train tracks. What is it about energy drinks that cause these? They generally don't have much more caffeine than coffee, and the other ingredients are usually just a couple herbs and amino acids. Or does coffee carry a similar risk? Driving a car. My dad was a cop. He told me about a guy who got stabbed over 10 times in his life, but survived them all. Ended up dying from an ingrown toenail. Big yes. Smoking. It's one of the highest causes of the death in the United States, and can cause extreme problems to your lungs and heart, both short-term and long-term. Smoking. It's one of the highest causes of the death in the United States, and can cause extreme problems to your lungs and heart, both short-term and long-term. Many different kinds of artistic materials, and not just the kind that live in a wood or metal shop. I've met so many artists who have permanent nerve damage because they didn't use gloves when working with solvents, even plain rubbing alcohol. I've also been in a couple of painting classes where we all realized we were drunk because nobody had opened the window. If turpentine inhalation and or neuropathy aren't dangerous enough for you, there are acids involved in printmaking that could eat through the floor. There are laws in place to protect people from these kinds of things, but in the end it all comes down to the individual. Jellyfish. Rocking vending machines. Gas leak in house. Mosquitoes carry other disgusting things besides malaria. Viruses, I believe, for one. Barbecues. Used to work in a burn ward. Watched people die slow, very painful, unnecessary deaths. Be careful. Pregnancy. Manipulating wildlife or invading their space for picture taking. Trucks, fully loaded. It takes me over 500 meters, 550 yards, for my truck to safely stop from 80 kilometers per hour, 50 miles per hour. Riptide at the beach. Almost drowned. Strep throat. Can be lethal. Over-the-counter medications. Riding bikes without a helmet. One of my neighbors died recently after falling off his bike and hitting his head on a parked car. Head injuries in older people. Electricity. I spent enough time on WPD to know that shit is no joke and people brush it asked like it's nothing. Self-hate, mentally. Driving in the rain. A lot of people drive normal in the rain like nothing is changed, but you have to be very careful. Alcohol. Be it that one night guy does 20 shots, or lifetime of steady drinking, both can result in fatalities. Not to mention all the stupid and dangerous decisions we make while intoxicated. Driving. Improperly cooked beans. Not a video, there's several videos out there of different occurrences of this happening. All of which are brutal. Water. That shit will drown you. Cause hypothermia. Drinking too much will cause hyponatremia, which can kill even healthy athletes. It's slippery and wet and it gets everywhere. Hurricanes. Depression and loneliness. 1 inch of water. Water. Obesity. Tylenol. 10 pills can put you in the hospital for acute liver failure. Slipping in the shower. There's a famous news story in the UK of a guy being dared by his friend to eat a slug. He did, and become fully paralyzed. When the courts were deciding how to prosecute the friends, the guy who was paralyzed came forward and said it was his own fault and his friends aren't to blame. He is still friends with them to this day, and they hang out regularly. Pure concentrated caffeine powder will straight up kill you. It can be absorbed through the skin, and will cause cardiac arrest. Eating an uncooked slug. If you barbecue the slug thoroughly, you won't get rat lung worm. Still, don't do it. Also, drinking water from outdoor taps is a bad idea in the tropics. The slugs get into hoses and taps and leave their mucus in there, which I've been told can contain the nematode. Water/pools/lakes. Please teach your kids to swim. Unsecured pets in your car. They become projectiles in crashes. I'm a vet tech and I've seen a number of animals horribly killed in this fashion, and one human who died as the direct result of a loose pet. Please secure your animals. The ideal is a crash-tested or impacted rated kennel properly secure in your car out of the crumble zones. We're talking proper kennels, not wire ones or those thin plastic ones from the pet store, Dakota Kennels, Roughland, Gunner, or Impacts, those types. Second to this is a crash-rated harness properly secured. Although your pet can still be injured like this, they are less likely to become an airborne projectile. Seriously, properly secure your pets, people. An uneducated society. Cute Australian wildlife saw a picture of somebody holding a blue-ringed octopus. Oh whoa. Fighting. There's a misconception caused by movies that you can take 5 punches to the face, fall over and get up with a bloody nose unscathed. In reality, 1 punch could kill you. 1 punch could drop you over and a bounce of the back of your head on concrete could kill you, if not permanently impair you. There is an ideology going around how you can control where you land when you get knocked out. Based on my black belt in TKD, and my experience of getting knocked out, I can say that there is no control. Trees. When will it fall? 20 years from now or while you're reading this? When they come down it's with hella force and can be nearly silent. Even small trees are deadly. Fun thing about wood, it's dense AF, so that small branch at the top is still north of 50 pounds. 50 pounds free falling 45 feet impact occurs in less than 2 seconds with enough energy to break windows, smash car hoods and crack cement. Stupidity. A huge proportion of accidents are a result of stupid people not being supervised. Christian dominionists. Basically the evangelical Christians who wish to enforce Sharia law, but conveniently, since that is a fundamental Islamic concept, it would just be called the moral right. All the anti-trans and anti-choice legislation that is being passed, as well as the voter suppression bills, are under the guise of being of Christian morals and values.